I'm Drew.
And I'm Andrew.
And we are with Nadus Films. Nadus Films is based out of Louisville, Kentucky. We are a film production company that does documentaries, short films, commercial work, domestic, and quite often international. The past few months have been pretty busy for us. We just got back from a series of production trips for a few different clients. We just went to New York, went to Costa Rica, went to Singapore, Malaysia.
With all this traveling, these were for commercial shoots. One thing that we really wanted to do when our clients expected was to have really professional video. In order to have that, you need to have really great lighting when you're shooting. You can shoot with any camera you want, but if you don't have that great lighting, it's just not gonna look good.
So in some of our past trips, we haven't really had the luxury to be able to take the lights that we would have wanted to take. Oftentimes, they just won't physically fit in the cases that we have to be able to take them on the plane. So last year, we went to NAB, got to walk around for a few days, and one of the booths that we got to stop at was Westcott. When we saw a lot of the lighting options they had to offer, we knew instantly that they had some really great stuff that could remedy a lot of the problems that we've had.
So one of the first shoots with taking the Westcott gear was in New York City. The shoot required us to be in the middle of the street, and the only lighting option was the ambient street lights and the car headlights. But in order to get that high quality professional looking footage, we needed to have that great lighting. So we actually made a cool rig with the Westcott gear. Since the gear is so flexible and you can kind of rig it however you want, we ended up making this cool backpack where we took a light mat and put a softbox and diffusion on it, and I actually wore it as a backpack and was able to walk with it. Yeah, it was like a backpack strap, and I could walk around with it and have this really beautiful soft light on the subject, and we can just walk down the street. It worked amazing.
Another thing that I thought was pretty awesome that Westcott had to offer was the scrim gym. Before seeing the Westcott stuff, I never even really considered being able to take a 4x4 silk. One-stop diffusion, a bounce, negative. A lot of times you're pretty limited to just the 5-in-1 kind of frames that kind of fold up in a circle. But Westcott has the Scrim Gym Cine frames where you can build a 4x4 and be able to pack it down really compact. And so in Costa Rica, a lot of times we were in warehouses and having to deal with this weird green overhead lighting. And so what we ended up doing was fly in a 4x4 over with one-stop diffusion to be able to kind of cut that real ugly light. And then we brought in a 1x2 flex mat with a softbox and introduced just real beautiful lighting.
So we had to do a lot of product photography with these really complex machines where it's in places that are just you physically can't fit a light into. But the ice lights were just so useful, bringing it in really super close if we want to get some macro work, or we had to do some kind of run and gun conference room shooting where we need to shoot a bunch of people really, really quickly. So using it as an overhead for like their key light for like a beauty shot, or using it behind them as their hair light, just flying through it. But we were able to shoot so much content so quickly and have really great lighting because of the versatility of these ice lights.
So when you start traveling with light stands, some boom poles, oftentimes you need some sort of counterweight to be able to help secure some of these things down. One of the cool things that Westcott has is the H2O bags. You can travel with these nice, flat, low-profile bags, and then when you get in country, you just fill it up with any kind of water you want, close it up, slap it on your stand, and then you have a lot more weight and security.
So one of the more interesting setups we had was we wanted to shoot in a lobby that had these big glass windows that had all this natural sunlight coming in. We wanted to use that as a backlight. So in order to get the ratios that we were after using a key light, we wanted to be a very, very soft light, so we used the 4x4 diffusion. But in order to get enough power, we just took the modularity of the flex lights and put them together as one. So we put a 2x2 and a 1x2 together to create that large, soft, beautiful light.
So overall, I've been really impressed with the products we've used from Westcott. We just have a lot more options to achieve better lighting through these mobile setups that in turn, in the end, makes a better product.
We're with Nadus Films.
See you later.